NFL 24 on EA Sports. And we've got the rocket-armed Will Levis. There were no problems for him last week, going over 350 passing yards. It's the Titans and the Lions. All that and more coming up next.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, our holiday coverage kicks off with a good one here, as it'll be the Tennessee Titans taking on the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Titans, they come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. Taken at the goal line. Unable to corral him, he fights through. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So the Titans set to go to work for the first time. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
Well, the silver lining from last week, he played phenomenally. Kept the ball clean and led them to the end zone several times. You know these NFL quarterbacks, though, they trade away all those touchdowns if it meant getting the win. That's his focus this week.
Levis going to the air right away. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. 5 yards on the game's first play. Second down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Second and 5. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition so great. We're going back essentially through the full century of the NFL. I know you probably had a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the Turkey Bowl tradition. You know, the families that go out and play and then come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. I remember reading about, the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day, the only loss the Packers had in 1962. They sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game, and I remember Dave Williams from the Bears returning the overtime kickoff for a touchdown to win a game on Thanksgiving Day. I remember so many different things happening, but how much fun is it each and every year to know that you've got football?
And now after the races down the right side. A beautiful fake. A big play there on the catch and run. 49 yards.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run with Spears. And a tackle there by C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now 2nd and 5. A second down throw from Levis. This is Chenault on the receiving end. And the Titans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. On the toss, it's Spears. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. Levis back to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
It hasn't been a real good start to this game from a defensive perspective, but now after the incompletion on second down, things may be changing. If they can come up with one more play, they might be able to get out of it with just a field goal attempt.
Third and goal, here's Levis. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Tyjae Spears, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans will jump on. First score here this afternoon.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after.
And this is good. Our score, 7-0 Tennessee. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the result in the end, a Titans touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Hill going to think better of bringing this one out, and the drive will start at the 25. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
And at one point, the ascension of Jared Goff was really, really strong. Back-to-back Pro Bowls, took his team to the Super Bowl, came really within 1 quarter of winning it. But since that time, he's had bouts of inconsistency, and that's been the struggle for him as he tries to get back to the form he showed earlier in his career.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Rondale Moore, the intended target, and it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. You talk about this Titan defense.
They've had their trouble stopping the run, Charles. Currently 29th in the NFL in that department.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
Now, you don't... penalty at any point, but it adds a little extra to it when it comes on 3rd down.
It certainly does, because if this were a boxing match, They had him on the ropes there. Third down incompletion, fourth down upcoming. Instead, that mistake resets everything back to first down, which means they have to stay on the field longer to try and stop this drive.
No gain on the play there, second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Second and 10. Goff now looking to throw. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now it's Goff. Throw over the middle, he finds Williams. And he is going to have the Lions first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. Now back to the ground. Here's Gibbs. The numbers for him from a week ago. 11 carries and even 60 yards and a touchdown.
And even though it's a short week, running backs love when they're in a groove, and that's exactly where he is right now. He's hoping to feast a little bit more here on Thanksgiving.
Out of the gun. Goff. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Williams. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Gibbs will try and pick it up. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
You know, it was tough for them to stand on the sidelines and watch the other team take it downfield and score, wasn't it? So they knew when they got on the field, it's on them. Pick up first downs, get downfield and score. How about them picking up that 3rd and short?
I was just going to say, you and I were talking before the game, those 3rd down conversions are going to be huge in this one. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Well, Martin, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried. And in for the Lions, touchdown. Noah Fant, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Lions respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. You talk about this Lions defense. They've been pretty good against the pass. Not amazing, but good. Number 13 in the league.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And
too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
this defense for the Lions, they were terrific when you go over Detroit.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Lions will take over. On first down, it's gone. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. It's a gain of 20 as we wind down near 20 seconds left in the quarter. Seven, our score after one. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. To throw is gone. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down. From the gun, here's Goff. This pass down the field for Gibbs. Touchdown! Jahmyr Gibbs, 43 yards. And the Lions have taken the lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that makes the score 14-7. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. And they, almost to a man, told us how excited they are to be playing in this traditional Thanksgiving game. But we have to remember, this is a team that lost on Sunday. Now they get a very quick turnaround to play again. How difficult is that to do?
It's difficult under any normal circumstance when you're coming off of a loss and you
toward the sideline, intercepted. Picked up by Avonte Maddox. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Goff. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. Kevin Byard up to make the tackle.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Goff going to move his guys around a bit. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Only a yard in the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
Hold on. 2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together to watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the 1st down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Titans defense will celebrate the goal line stand. Now Spears to begin the drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you could move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day. But you're exactly right. Family traditions. I don't want Detroit Browns to give up those slots. I like the fact that we watch them each and every year. But what I really like is that the league added a third game in 2006, and usually it's division rivals, but that's the third one of the day, and it caps off a great day of football.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. Only needed a few inches to pick it up and get behind your center and burrow forward like he did.
And remember what the GMs have told us? We build an offensive line starting with our center, the guy who can make all the line calls and also move those big defensive tackles in order to pick up first downs.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Levis now on 2nd down. That one's taken in by Spears. And he is going to lose yardage here. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Right where they set him down started. They need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, if nothing else, they were able to pick up 1 first down on this drive and get it away from their own goal line, but not much happened after that, and it leads to a punting situation.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So here are the Lions to take over. They were winners a week ago over the Bears, and they lead things here as well as they start this drive with a 1st and 10. Here's Goff. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. On 1st and 10, Goff. This is Fant on the short completion. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Here's Goff. That's called in by St. Brown over the middle. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Goff to St. Brown for the Detroit first down. To the air again. Goff. He'll go right back to St. Brown. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. A shotgun snap for Goff. Toward the pylon, caught. And in for the Lions touchdown. Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Lions will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's Noah Fant who caps things off with the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Titans offense going to get one final possession in this first half. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it. And we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Levis from the gun. Over the middle, he's got Chenault. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Levis out of the shotgun now. And brought in downfield by Burks. Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
The kick by McManus is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaughan. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The Lions offense now with the football first here to begin quarter number 3. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well. And most importantly, partner,
and they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff going underneath. Gibbs has it. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down. Goff. Got St. Brown running the quick slant here. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. Now 2nd and 3. Play action. It's Goff. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Throwing on third. Goff. That is caught. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5. Gibbs straight ahead, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Off play action. Here's Goff. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Jeffrey Simmons able to record his 5th sack of the season. Gonzalez's kick is good, and the lead grows to 14 at 24-10. They picked up right where they left off in the first half. First down after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the second half. Their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Hand off to Spears. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down, and you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, part of their struggles in the first half was their inability to convert consistently on 3rd down. But how about this well-designed play? Gave himself plenty of options and able to get the hook up and keep the drive going.
Meanwhile, Levis's throw into the hands of the receiver, Chenault. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down. Levis to throw off play action. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down. Little bootleg here. Levis. They throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Offense is moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Here's Spears on 2nd down. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Right back to Spears. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Levis now off of play action. And he rifles one incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. It's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, and it winds up falling incomplete. Now McManus will line up for the field goal. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. The kick by McManus is good, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent, that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
And Hill will opt for the touchback. Time for another look at this Lions offense.
And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
On second down, here's Gibbs.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
Fielded just inside the 30. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and it'll be Titan football. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Levis on 3rd down. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back to throw, it's Levis.
And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out. Back now at Ford Field. It's Titan football here as they trail to begin the 4th quarter.
Now a 2nd and 10. Levis looking to throw. They'll set up the screen for Spears.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 9 yards, not quite enough. And they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impact, because if you get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves, that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10.
At their own 43.
Throw left side, caught by Laporta.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Now gone. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
On the give, here's Gibbs. Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 48 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
Goff now looks to throw. That is taken in by the tight end Finn. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Goff. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line.
The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. He connected on his first, this from 41.
Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to start one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Off the play fake, Levis. That's going to be caught. It's Chenault.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards, the final tally.
Play action now, Levis.
And his throw here's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with a short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
This defense knows. 4th quarter, they need to make a play. That one was right for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
Levis back to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 28. That one good for 24 yards. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And Levis going back to the air.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
3rd and short, it's Levis.
And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Tajay Spears
with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Titans have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
That is today's NFL, isn't it? If you're going to be a running back in this league, you've got to be complete to stay on the field, at least for those 3 downs we talk about. Got to be able to catch it, which he's doing quite well in this one. 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, a little unconventionally. He hasn't been able to cross the goal line as a runner, but as you say, twice as a receiver. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Hill going to sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
And Detroit getting set to go now. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Ball start, offense.
Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
Here's Goff now on second down.
He'll get this underneath to Montgomery.
Yeah, he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. That's pulled in at the 32. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Levis's throw complete here on target to Tunyon.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Levis. That's complete downfield to Okonkwo.
Touchdown, Titans.
Okonkwo.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a Tennessee score.
I hope you've enjoyed your Thanksgiving. All tied, so you still got a reason to avoid Uncle Ed a little longer as the kick is away here. Hill going to think better of bringing this one out, and the drive will start at the 25. Detroit's offense ready to take over. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back.
Now 2nd and 4.
They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Now Goff
gets this to fail.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late-game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Short gain, last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. Now it's gone.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football, so this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. And off to Gibbs, headed right here.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
2nd and 6 coming up. Second down, and they go back to Gibbs.
And he'll be taken down at the 34. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
On 3rd down, here's Gibbs.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute.
Gonzalez's kick is good.
And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there. It gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
So Levis and the Titans now down by a field goal, 23 seconds to go. They need at minimum 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Levis, he'll look to throw it. Gets it to Burks.
They find some open field here. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
Levis to throw. And brought in downfield by Burks.
And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds, and now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
So overtime on the horizon, barring a wild finish here as the kick's away.
Time to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. The first team to score wins the game.
The Titans set and ready to go on offense. I cannot imagine how these players and coaches feel, Charles. My palms sweating up here in the booth now as we go to the 3rd drive of overtime. And as we know from here on out, any points win this football game.
I'll throw you a towel as well, partner. I've got one for myself, but let's face it, our nerves, our pressure, nothing compared to what's going on that field. Both of the field goal kickers active here early. Can one of them become the hero and end this thing?
First throw of overtime for Will Levis.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play. That means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
target. That's complete. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now a give right side. Fowler. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That one's taken in by Spears. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, they can make someone miss in the open field.
Here comes a big one now in overtime. This is 3rd and inches. Out of the gun to give to Spears. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10. Well, they go play action. Here's Levis. And this one is incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on second down. Levis throwing again on second down. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with an incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage protocol and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Back to throw, it's Levis. Flushed out right. And that's incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. The kick by McManus is good, and they have regained the lead. They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
And Hill will opt for the touchback. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. Well, it's pretty simple now. They need a field goal out of this drive to extend overtime, or obviously, Charles, a touchdown to win it.
Yeah, and I'm taking the defense's perspective on this one, partner, because now they know with a 3-point lead, they can afford to give that up because you just keep playing, right? Overtime gets extended. But if you give up the touchdown, it's game over. So on offense, every play you make, you've got to try and get just a little bit more out of each one in order to try and get to the end zone because they're going to play everyone back, keep everything in front.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. Well, partner, you and I were excited for this one today, and certainly had its moments. Some good execution at times by both of these offenses. Defenses both made some plays as well. And always a joy to be up here in the booth next to you, my friend.
Yeah, it's a privilege to be up here in the booth next to you as well. Thanks for taking the time, and let's go ahead and get ready for our next one, right? I'll see you in the film room. Get that preparation started now.
So for the Titans, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Detroit, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Tripping.